Lil Durk was just moments away from freedom. His $55 million bond fully paid by none other than Lil Baby. When everything came crashing down after OTF Vonnie's shocking betrayal, in court forced the judge to cancel the bond entirely, leaving Durk in tears, heartbroken, and betrayed by one of his closest allies. Lil Durk has faced betrayal before, but this one cut deeper than anything he had ever experienced. It wasn't just about trust. It was about hope, about a second chance, about tasting freedom, and having it ripped from his hands. For those who've been keeping up, you already know that OTF Vonnie, once one of Lil Durk's most loyal brothers, made headlines when he unexpectedly sided with the feds in a jaw-dropping courtroom move that left everyone in complete disbelief. But what many didn't realize is just how devastating that betrayal would be. Not just on a personal level for Durk, but also legally and financially. Please do not forget to like this video, share and subscribe to this channel if you want more updates like this. Thank you. Now, let's get back into the video. Just days before the court session where Vonnie flipped, things were finally starting to look up for Lil Durk. Despite all the challenges, despite the accusations and pressure mounting against him in this explosive murder-for-hire case, there was a sliver of hope. A bond of $55 million had been set, and in a powerful show of loyalty, Lil Baby stepped up and put that money on the table, showing once again how deep the bonds of Atlanta brotherhood really run. The media was already buzzing. Durk might be coming home. But then, the unthinkable happened. In what looked like a solid strategy by the defense, OTF Vonnie was expected to testify in favor of Durk. After all, he was part of the inner circle, someone who had stood by Durk in studios, stages, and the streets. No one, absolutely no one, expected Vonnie to walk into that courtroom, take the stand, and do the opposite. With cameras flashing and prosecutors grinning, Vonnie dropped a bombshell. Instead of defending Durk, he corroborated details that supported the Fed's case. It was a complete reversal, and the courtroom went silent. Lil Durk, who had remained composed for most of the trial, couldn't contain his emotions anymore. As Vonnie walked away from the stand, refusing to even glance in Durk's direction, tears streamed down the rapper's face. Not just a few emotional drops. This was a breakdown, the kind that only comes when everything you built starts to crumble and the people you trusted are the ones swinging the hammer. And if that wasn't enough, the aftermath was even more devastating. The judge, who had previously shown some leniency, was furious. He slammed the gavel and declared that the bond was now null and void. Why? Because with Vonnie's new testimony, the risk of witness tampering, obstruction, or further conspiracy suddenly skyrocketed. The $55 million was no longer enough to guarantee Durk's presence and good behavior. Just like that, freedom was stripped away before it ever began. Lil Baby, who had done the unthinkable by paying that amount, likely involving deals, assets, and a circle of high-power connections, was seen pacing outside the courtroom frustrated, stunned, and visibly shaken. Sources close to Lil Baby said he never anticipated that Vonnie could do something like this. We all knew there was pressure from the feds, but to turn on family like that, it's unheard of, said one insider. What made things worse was the silence from Vonnie afterward. He didn't give a statement. He didn't try to explain. He didn't even look remorseful. In fact, word is he's now under federal protection, meaning whatever deal he struck with the authorities must have been huge. Some speculate that he offered them even more than what was needed to keep Durk behind bars. Maybe additional dirt, maybe bigger names, or maybe just his own immunity. Lil Durk is now stuck in a legal and emotional nightmare. Not only is his future uncertain, but he's also realizing that the empire he built with OTF may be more fragile than it appeared. OTF was always about loyalty, only the family. But what happens when the family starts turning? What happens when blood doesn't mean a thing? Fans everywhere are stunned. Social media blew up the moment the betrayal came to light. Hashtags like #FreeDurk, #VonnieTheRat, and #LoyaltyOverEverything began trending within hours. The narrative shifted instantly, from people focused on Durk's guilt or innocence to a larger conversation about street loyalty, fame, and how easily it can all fall apart under pressure. Hip-hop legends and contemporaries have started weighing in. Meek Mill posted a cryptic tweet saying, "Real ones don't fold under pressure." Boozy shared a video from his driveway, shaking his head and saying, "This the kind of SH*T that get you cut off for life. Ain't no way back from that." Even G Herbo commented, hinting that this betrayal may not go unanswered in the streets. The silence from Vonnie might be protection, but it also screams guilt. Meanwhile, Lil Durk's team is scrambling. His lawyers are trying to file motions to appeal the bond decision. But with Vonnie's damaging testimony now on record, that task has become near impossible. The legal terrain has shifted. What was once a strong chance for Durk to fight his case from outside is now a battle for survival from within, and the betrayal doesn't just end with the court. It's now seeping into OTF itself. Other members are reportedly divided. Some are furious, calling for Vonnie to be exiled from the crew, his name scrubbed from every memory. Others are nervous. If Vonnie can flip, who else might be next? The feds know what they're doing, and this was a calculated move. Take one down and the whole tree starts shaking. Behind bars, Lil Durk is said to be completely shattered. Sources from inside say he's not talking much, just staying silent, pacing his cell, and replaying everything in his head. "You can see it in his eyes," one said. He trusted the wrong one. And Lil Baby? His loyalty can't be questioned, but even he's probably asking himself if this fight is even winnable anymore. $55 million down the drain, and Durk's still stuck. "I did what I had to do for my bro," he reportedly told someone close. But this just ain't right. What's even more tragic is that this could have been Durk's redemption arc. After years of pain, controversy, and constant association with the streets, he was finally trying to shift into a new chapter, one of growth, family, and focus. But as they say, the past always finds a way back in. And this time, it wasn't even an enemy, it was his own. As the case continues, all eyes are on what comes next. Will other OTF members step up to defend Durk, or start distancing themselves to save their own skin? Will Vonnie speak again, or will he stay silent in federal custody? And most importantly, can Durk survive this? Emotionally, legally, and even physically? One thing is clear. The Lil Durk we see next, whenever he resurfaces, won't be the same man we knew before this betrayal. You can't go through something like this and come out unchanged. This story isn't over. It's only just beginning. And whatever happens next, whether the legal miracle, a public war of words, or something even darker, will define the next chapter of Lil Durk's career, his legacy, and the future of OTF as a movement. Stay tuned, because when the bonds of brotherhood break under pressure, the fallout is always explosive.